Alright, so gagawa tayo ngayon ng cheesy garlic bread. So we will start off with 5 grams of instant dry yeast. So start tayo dito. So measure out 5 grams muna. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So inuuna ko yung yeast bago ka maglagay ng liquid. Kasi based sa experience ko, mahirap measure ng yeast kapag may tubig na. Right? So, and then, we have 120 ml of water. Ang gagawin natin, nalagay natin siya sa may pot. And then, bubuksan mo lang yung pot. And then, you count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Papatayin mo yung pot. And then, should be warm to the touch. Kailangan hindi siya sobrang init kasi mamamatay yung yeast. And habang nagka-count tayo niyan, we will add now 8 grams of sugar. Now, yung sugar, ang mangyari dito, ito ay ang kanyang magiging pagkain. Right, so that's 7, 8 grams. So, yan yung parang magiging pagkain ng ating yeast. 9 grams siya, okay lang yun. Siguro mga 1 gram difference, hindi masyado makaka-apekto sa recipe. Right? So, haluin mo lang siya. And then, wait tayo ng mga 30, not 30, mga 15 minutes. Tawag ito is blooming phase. So, mag-wait tayo ng mga 15 minutes. So, you will see probably a time lapse here na pag-bloom niya to. Alright? I'm gonna cut the video right now. Tapos, kung tayo sa time lapse. Alright, so that's 15 minutes in total. So next, we will put 15 grams of oil. So any oil would do. If you have olive oil, that would be better. But if you only have vegetable oil like what I have, okay din siya. So let's measure out 15 grams. Mabilis lang siya. So ingat sa paglagay ng oil. That's 14 grams. 15 na kagad. Alright, so yun. And then after ng 15 grams, we will be putting in 200 grams of all-purpose flour. So yung iba, ginagamit is bread flour. Okay din naman siya, pero ako, okay na din sa akin na all-purpose flour. Alright? So, this is 200 grams. So, normally, based on my estimate, kasi maganito, nasa around 25 grams na kagad isang spoonful na ito. 26 grams. So that's around 50. So, estimate mo na lang siya to 200. 3 more. 40, 160, dandahan na lang, 85, 201 grams, bawas tayo ng konti, 200, ayan. So that's 200 grams of all-purpose flour. And then afterwards, maglalagay tayo ng 4 grams of salt. So, fine salt, iodized salt, okay siya. Huwag lang yung coarse na salt. Huwag lang yung nagagamitin ninyo. Four grams, hindi pa 4. Yeah. So, 4 grams. So, that's it. Yan na yung kailangan ninyo. Now, normally, ang pinapakita dito would be the kneading part. Right? So, what I'm going to show you is something that I've learned kay Brian Lagerstrom. So, famous YouTuber siya, baker na YouTube. So, this is a no-knead garlic bread or cheesy garlic bread, right? So, there's no kneading process, pero we will use the process called autolysis, right? So, when you say autolysis, ang gagawin lang niya is simply letting the yeast do the activation. So, mag-activate ang yeast, and then, ang gagawin ng yeast ay gagamitin niya yung elements ng sugar tsaka netong flour. So, gagawin niya yun at gagawin niya itong gluten. Right? So, natural forming yung gluten niya, hindi mo siya hindi mo siya i-knead, hindi mo siya mamasahin. Right? So, all we need to do is use itong spoon, right? And then let it mix. Magiging you have a shaggy dough like this one. Right? Pero ang gagawin natin dito is we'll combine it a bit. Again, we're not adding strength to the gluten yet. Right? Ang gagawin lang natin is make sure na walang dry spots yung dough. Right? So, i-mix natin siya ng onte. Right? So, again, don't worry. Naghugas po ako ng kamay bago mag-start neto. Ayan. So, nakita nyo may mga buo-buo pa diyang flour. Ang gagawin lang natin is making sure na yung mga buo-buong flour na yon is makasama dito sa dough. So, wala siyang dry spots. So, kunin mo siya and then i-wipe mo yung lalagyanan ninyo. Right? And then, kukunin mo. Right? Kita nyo, wala na masyadong dry spots dun sa loob ng bowl. Right? Ayan. Then, kailangan din, wala rin din masyadong dry spots. Medyo shaggy siya, hindi pa siya consistent na dough, na katulad na nakikita nyo kapag minamasa. But, trust me on this is far better and easier than mamasahin mo siya. Matrabaho nga lang siya because you have to wait 2 times mo siyang ihaluin. First one is this. We'll wait for about 10 minutes para mag-autolyse siya, and then another 30 minutes pagkatapos mo siyang haluin. After the autolyse, 30 minutes, and then another 45 minutes. So, parang 3 beses mo siyang ipaparize before you could actually use this dough. Right? Alright, so 10 minutes is up. So, we open this up. Right? So, you would see now, medyo onti na lang yung dryness niya. So, next up is a strength fold test na ginagawa ni Brian Lagerstrom sa kanyang mga videos pagka nag-debate siya, especially with bread. So, ang gagawin natin, I'm just going to wet my hands, tapos fold natin siya. Alright? Give me a second, guys. Now, emphasis on the wet hands, right? Ang gagawin mo is you tag yung isang piece dito and then fold it on itself and then tag another piece, right, until such hindi siya magbe-break into tear. Fold it onto itself, and then tag another end. Careful not to really break it too much. Magbe-break siya kasi unang fold pa lang natin to. Unang set. Oops. Yeah. So sabi siya magbe-break siya. But again, fold it into itself, and then siguro mga 4 or 5 times mo siyang gagawin, and then fold it on itself. Now, you turn it over, and then using yung edge ng bowl, right, ibibilog mo siya ng onte, turn around, bilog, turn around, bilog, turn around, bilog, until makakuha ka ng almost perfect. Again, meron pa rin siya mga buo-buo if you notice. Right? May mga buo-buo pa rin siya. That's perfectly fine. So, again, cover mo lang muna siya, and then we'll wait for another 30 minutes, and pabalikan natin siya. Right? We'll do another strength test after neto. Cover lang natin siya, and then we'll be back after 30 minutes. Now, for those of you na nagtatanong saan ko nakuha to, this is a lock and lock bowl. Nakuha ko siya when there was a sale sa, I think, Robinson's to, nabili. And together with this, meron ka parang pa-promo nila mga 4 na all-purpose cream, and you get this. So we bought this, and I've been using this to bake ever since. So to give you a background while we're waiting for this to proof up again. So I started baking siguro early this year. I'm not really into baking. Pinaka-ayoko talaga siya. Pero I got into baking because nakita ko yung isang recipe. It's all about garlic bread. And there's cheese. So I'm a very big fan of cheese. My family knows that. My friends know that. If there's cheese involved, you can count me in. So I tried baking this. At first, ginamit ko yung turbo. Yes, guys, you can. If you don't have an oven, you can use a turbo broiler to bake this, and that's perfectly fine. I've done it. I've used it. Magagamit mo siya talaga. And then, second thing na binili ko after this was yung nakita ninyong sino ba? Yung nakita ninyong panukat. Yes, you can buy this online. If you have a bakery supply store, they should have this, and you can certainly use this, and it really upped my game in terms of baking, right? So before, I would use yung to count based on cups and such, pero based on experience, mas maganda pa rin yung gagamitin mo yung weight by grams, right? Instead of using the measuring cups and the measuring spoons. Although merong mga bagay na hindi mo talaga masusukat based on grams, but as much as possible, if you can look for recipes na merong grams, gawin mo yun. Kasi 100% dodoble yung success nyo sa pagbibake. Right? For those who matakot sa pagbibake, naintindihan ko. And at first takot din ako mag-bake. Ayoko siya. I'd rather cook than bake. Then I tried out yung measuring by weight, and it really helped me a lot. Especially pag gagawa ka ng pizza and such. So we'll wait for this to bake, to cook for about 30 minutes. Let's set it aside. And while waiting for this to proof, we'll create na yung ating sauce, parang topping for the garlic bread. Alright? I'll be back. Alright, so up next is our toppings or the spread that we're going to put dun sa ating garlic bread, cheesy garlic bread. So, ngayon, I'm going to measure out 75 grams of Lady's Choice mayonnaise. No, this is not a sponsored video. Sana nga, sana all. Baka naman ka nga. So, Lady's Choice, this is 470 ml real Lady's Choice real mayonnaise. Now, 78 ang sinabi ko because base experience ko, nakagawa ko ng 6 na garlic bread in one 470 ml pouch. So, 470 divided by 6 is 78.333. So, 78 na lang natin. I-round na lang natin siya. Alright? So, 78 grams. Alright. Dahan lang. 7, 78. Okay lang na medyo marami siya than 78. Ang importante is around that much. And then, with this, lalagyan natin siya ng oregano. Alright, so we'll put oregano, McCormick. Sabihan nila baka naman. Now, the components here is mayonnaise, oregano, and then yung ating garlic. Now, it all depends sa flavor or sa taste ninyo. You could put a little bit more ng oregano or a little bit less. It really depends upon to you. But I usually put in this much. Medyo strong oregano, so be careful when you put in oregano in the spread. And then I put in a little bit of salt, probably a pinch lang siya ng salt, right? And then we put in the garlic, right? So let's put this aside and then have the garlic. Now, yung garlic, I would have about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. Again, how much garlic you put here is really dependent on you. So, babalatan mo lang siya. Like, you peel off whatever you peel off the garlic, right? I would usually buy yung garlic na parang medyo purple. Mas masarap yung lasa niya. Based on experience, yun ang mga binibili ko. But if wala talagang medyo ma-purple yung balat, the regular color white one, just like this, would be okay. Pero if you have a choice, piliin nyo yung medyo purple na yung skin. Alright? So, let's peel off the garlic. And one thing din pala, you need to have a planer, right? So, chop off nyo lang itong medyo imperfect side na to. Right, cut off nyo lang. That's okay. It won't really affect the taste. But again, I wouldn't be seen eating it, so I'm gonna remove it. So, last one after this. So, when my kids first tasted yung garlic bread, ayaw pa nila kasi something new to their taste. Pero kinalaunan, yeah, they started liking it and they started craving for it. And you can use this parang pambaon nila. You prepare it the day before you cook it. And you can actually store this for about parang mga 5 days, up to 5 days itong spread. But no more than that. Ang dough naman probably would last you parang a day or so. So, you really have to bake it. Pero once na na-bake mo na siya, it would last probably around 2 to 3 days sa loob ng ref. And then, lagay nyo lang siya sa uh, oven toaster. If ever kailangan nyo na siyang kainin or what have you, kayo nang bahala. Right? Again, this is something that I would prepare for my kids, and I have brought this to the office, and I've gotten good responses. Ang daming may gustong mag order, but I'm not into selling as of yet. But yes, you can actually sell this. And then yung planar na sinasabi ko, ito, or yung rasp, right? So this is an old one. I have been using this for quite a while, so medyo hindi na matibay yung dulo. But again, you can buy this in any department store, especially yung sa loob ng Robinsons. I bought this sa Robinsons din. Right. So, gagaya din mo siya. I use the planar except instead of yung pang-gad-gad talaga, because this has a finer grain to it, which would actually complement itong gagawin natin. Right? So, gagadidin mo lang siya. Now, kung meron mang buo-buo, like may kita mo in the end, like this one, okay lang siya. Halo mo na yan dyan. Doesn't going to really affect yung taste ng end product ninyo. Right? Just be careful, especially the newer ones na ganito, medyo matalas. So you have to be very careful. So, again, ba't kinakamay? Naghugas po ako bago nag-start ito. Oops. And just 2 more. And you'll have yung other end neto. Pwede nyo na siyang kunin by hand. Be careful, sharp yung edges na to. You don't want to cut yourself. Right? So, mas namahalo mo na yan. We're gonna mix it. Right? Mix lang natin. And ito yung gagamitin natin later kapag natapos na yung ating bread. Right? We'll put this inside the ref and let it sit there for a while until ginagawa natin yung ating dough. Right? There we go. Alright, so after 45 minutes, we're gonna go back to the dough. Dito ninyo medyo umalsa siya ulit. Diba? So I'm changing the camera angle so you get a better view from what I'm seeing. Right? So nakikita nyo ngayon, walang masa-masa, medyo gumaganda na itsura ng dough natin. So ngayon, gagawin natin yung dough strengthening fold natin ulit, last one, and then aantayin natin siya ng 1 more hour. Papaproof natin siya and then we're gonna bake. Alright? So that's it. Medyo time consuming lang siya, pero if you're not the type of person that's into kneading or yung pagmamasa, this is a great alternative for you. Alright? So let me just wet my hands and babalikan natin siya. Right? Give me a second. Alright, wet hands ulit. So again, pull and tug one side. Fold it into the dough. Again, tapos kuha ka ulit. Fold mo sa sarili niya. Turn. Pull. Then fold. And then last one. Pull. And then fold. Then turn it over again. And last one na siya. Gagamitin natin ulit yung gilid, right, to form a ball, right. We're going to form a ball. Ayan. Right, so nakita ninyo medyo gumaganda na itsura, and then babalikan natin siya, right. We're gonna wait for 45 minutes. Alright, so that has been about 30 minutes. So now if you notice, medyo malsas siya ng onte kaysa sa iniwala natin sa kanya kanina. So ang gagawin natin ngayon ulit is to do the strength test. We're gonna fold it probably for about 5 times, and then after this 45 minutes naman yung aantayin natin. Right? So let's do that. First of all, we're going to wet my hands first before we start doing the folding, right? So that's very important. Alright, so having a wet hand is very important here. So na, you pull until before siya mag-break, and then you pull again on another side. And then you fold it sa sarili niya. And then you pull it again. Fold mo siya sa sarili niya ulit. And then, probably 2 more. You pull. And then you fold. And then this is the last one. You pull. And then you fold. Right? And then, to turn over mo siya. Then use the side of the bowl. Right? Use the side of the bowl to create a ball. Right? And then, we will wait for 45 minutes. So far, wala pa tayo nakikita pagmamasang ginagawa. Diba? So, wait for 45 minutes after this. So, I'm going to set up my timer for 45 minutes. And that would be it. Alright? So, yan na siya. Alright, wait for 45 minutes and then we will probably start the baking process later. Alright? Alright, so I made a mistake last time. So sabi ko 45 minutes pero it's actually an hour. We did the 45 minutes yung last. So it's already an hour. If you can see, it has changed really quite a lot, right? So, ang gagawin natin ngayon, i-roll natin siya dito sa baking sheet or flat sheet. Ang measurement nito ay nasa 11 by 9. So, ito nga gamitin natin. Right? So, first off, we dust the surface ng flour. Right? So, dust nyo siya. I wouldn't recommend yung parchment paper, pero kung kayo gusto yung parchment paper, wala namang problema. But me personally, I like flour. And then kukunin natin siya, ilagay natin siya dito. Yan. And you have your rolling pin. Usually sabi ng iba, the dust daw, but I actually use oil when I use my rolling pin. So, I have a sprayer. Kuha mo siya sa Mr. DIY. So, you can use this sprayer to lubricate yung rolling pin ninyo. And then, roll nyo lang siya hanggang sa umabot siya sa edges. Right? So, this is a tricky part. So, napapansin nyo, gumagalaw yung baking sheet natin. So, what you do, kapag ka ganon, you can do two things. You can put a silicone mat under. Kung wala kayong silicone mat, pwede rin naman kayong gumamit ng basahan or towel. Pwede, kahit ano, whatever is available to you. Kaya kasi ginagamit na nila. So I can turn it over to the other side and roll it. And spread it out. Yan. So maganda siyang pang-spread. So be careful lang, kahit tulad nito, maabot siya sa dulo. Right? You can actually roll it to its inside and roll it again. Ayan. Oops. Sometimes may kayong mga dumi-dumi, like impurities galing dun sa ito, asukal. You can pick it off. Make it as rectangular as possible. Depende yan sa inyo. Right? Sometimes madali, sometimes mahirap. Kung napapansin nyo nahirapan kayo, let the dough rest for a while. Right? And then you can actually stretch it out sa gilid. Wait for about mga 10 minutes, ganyan. If you feel na parang ayaw ko mag-cooperate ng dough na sa inyo, bumabalik na siya sa dati. You can wait for 15 minutes and then try to stretch it out again. Right? Okay. So, okay na ako sa shape nito. This is good for me. Mga 15, almost to the edge na siya. It's not the perfect rectangle. You can make it perfect if you'd like to. Gusto ko medyo rustic ng onti ang itsura niya. And that's how I would want it. Ayan. So, okay na ako sa ganito. So, gagawin ko ngayon is lalagyan ko siya ng yung spread natin na ginawa kanina. I'll have a spoonful of the mayonnaise garlic spread. Right, and then put it here. Ubusin mo siya kasi like I said, this would create one serving yung ginawa nating spread. So, be generous, right? Be very generous sa paggagawa nito. Original recipe nito, which I got from a different Delicious Day, yun ang pangalan ng ng YouTube channel where I originally got this from. Recipe niya was using cream cheese and butter. So, I like the recipe, however, wala akong cream cheese. It's hard to access cream cheese. And second, mahal siya. You can find recipes online na nagsasabi kung paano kayo gagawa ng homemade cream cheese. I haven't done that. Maybe if you could hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and the bell notification icon, and comment down below then if you want me to try out that home recipe. Like, you could try that. Make sure lang na umaabot siya sa edges. Yan. Now, kung wala kayong cheese, you can actually, cheese is necessary. Pero kunyari wala kayong mga cheese na maramihan, meron kayong may kita yung mga nakapack na shredded na pang-pizza, you can also use that. Sabi nga nila parang pizza yung neto, consistency ng dough, and at the same time para siyang para siyang, ang tawag dito? Para siyang pizza nga. Yan. Alright, so now lalagyan natin siya ng toppings ng cheese. So, may mabibili kayo sa mga tindahan na ganitong klaseng cheese. Probably around 175, 170, depende sa location ninyo. You can actually buy this din nga sa tindahan. So, based on the experience din, isang bloke ng ganito would actually fill out 6 pieces or 6 batches ng ganito. So, I use the planer to fill out itong batch natin na to kasi I have more control and mas finer yung grate ng cheese and it melts better. Right? So, yun ang gamitin natin ngayon. Again, this one is solely dependent on you. Kung if you want to make it cheesier, it can. Probably, if you have a preferred cheese, like, I don't know, other cheeses, yan, you could actually buy better tasting cheese. Pero sa family ko, okay na kami dito and it really does serve the purpose. So, you can actually add yung Parmesan cheese kung meron kayong Parmesan cheese, pero as it is, okay na siya. Right? So, ayan, ginagawa ko dito is inuuna ko naman yung mga edges with half of the cheese. It makes it easier mamaya kapag sa gitna na. So, half muna tayo or sa edges muna tayo ng kalahati ng cheese na to. This is a very soft cheese, easy melting. Ayan. So dun sa mga magrereklamo, nagugas po ako ng kamay bago ko ginayad itong cheese. Right. At po na ito ay sanitary. So, hindi siyang ikutin. Pusin lang natin ito. Again, unahin nyo muna yung mga gilid kasi yun ang mas napapabayaan. Every time na gumagawa ng ganito, napapabayaan yung gilid. So, unahin nyo muna yun. So, pick out the pieces that was left off. Now, kung feeling nyo parang kulang pa, parang may bald spots pa dito, again, you can always add more cheese. Right? You can never go wrong with cheese. More cheese is better. Pero my wife would comment on that. She would not agree. And malapit na tayo. Tagdag lang tayo ng cheese. If you want, pwede kayo maglagay ulit ng oregano pa dito. Right? Gusto nyo lang naman. Right? Hugas lang ako ng kamay saglit and then we will put this into the oven. Alright, so habang naantay natin yung ating oven, medyo pinipilit pa natin siya ng onte. One thing that I've tried is itong Danes herb and garlic mayo. Masarap na siya, pero medyo nasa tangy side siya na medyo sweet. So, if you're into that, pwede nyo gamitin din to. Again, not sponsored. So, yun. Pwede nyo pang gawin would be, kung wala kayong cream cheese, pwede kayong gumamit ng Arla. Yun, Arla no, not butter, but Arla cheese. So, pwede nyo gamitin yun, yung Arla, yung white cheese nila. And, again, pwede nyo lagyan natin ng mozzarella, parmesan. So, whatever floats your boat. So, I'm going to link yung web page or yung YouTube page ni Delicious Day tsaka ni Brian Lagerstrom for the no need na strengthening test niya, which really saved me a lot of precious time kasi nga I don't have to do the kneading, although pwede nyo rin itong gamitan rather ng stand mixer. Pwede rin mo siyang gawin doon. Ano pa ba? Sa yeast na ginagamit ko ay I forgot. I'll link the description later sa baba. So this will bake for about 150 degrees Celsius and for about 10 to 15 minutes. So it will be done. So ang walang temperature control yung oven ko, so I'm just basing it on a manual temperature. So papasok na natin siya. So I'll see you guys after 15 minutes. Alright, so 15 minutes has passed. Time to cut up the actual garlic bread, cheesy garlic bread. So, what I will do is cut muna to ng three parts lengthwise or crosswise, whatever orientation mo siya. So, cut ko muna siya dito. Alright. And then, isa pang cut dito. So, yan. From here, hating ko siya sa gitna. And then, another cut dito. So, parang 4 parts siya. And last here. And then, each of these parts, hating ko siya ng 3. Ito. Sorry, medyo mainit siya. Ayan. Ito. Ayan. Ganyan. A few more. Right, last cut. So this will yield you around 24 more. Sorry, not 24 but 36 pieces. If you're not gonna include the edges, so you're around 30 pieces. So this is a good idea kung if you have kids na gusto magbaon or alam mo na. So yun, pwede mo siyang gamitin. So there. So ito na po ang ating finished product. Now, you can actually use garlic bread and honey. Weird as it may sound, pwede mo siya talagang gamitin. Right? So garlic bread tsaka honey. So, I'm gonna take one. Dito tayo sa edge na to. Right. And then you have honey. There. Mm. Sarap. Promise. So I hope you guys will try it out. Leave the comment section down below if you want me to try anything else. Maybe on the next video, we'll try to recreate yung mga ibang recipe na nakikita natin online. Alright? Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell icon and hit on the like button if you like the videos that I'm sharing.